Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your mind was working against you? It's like no matter how much you want to grow, succeed, or evolve, something inside keeps pulling you back. That was me, just a few months ago. Trapped in cycles of overthinking, procrastination, self-doubt. I knew what I should do, but I didn't do it. Not consistently, not powerfully, not confidently. But something changed. I'm not talking about some magical morning routine or an overnight breakthrough. I'm talking about a complete mental reset. I spent 90 days doing the inner work. And the truth, I didn't just shift my habits, I rewired my brain. Today, I want to share exactly what I did. Not as a guru, not as someone with all the answers, but as someone who was stuck and finally figured out how to break free. Because if I can do it, so can you. Let's start here. Rewiring your brain isn't about hype or hustle. It's about consistency and intention. Your brain isn't fixed, it's adaptable. Science calls it neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to reshape itself based on how you think, feel, and act daily. That means you're not a prisoner of your old patterns. You're not stuck with who you've been. You can literally retrain your brain to think, feel, and respond differently if you do the right things consistently. So here's how I did it, broken down by mindset, habits, and environment. Step 1. I became aware of my mental loops. We all have subconscious scripts running in the background. Mine sounded like this: you're not ready yet. You're not good enough. What if you fail? These weren't conscious thoughts. They were reflexes, but they shaped every decision I made. So I started writing them down. Every time I caught myself spiraling, doubting, delaying, I paused and captured the thought. No judgment, just observation. I learned that awareness is the first step to control. You can't change what you're not aware of. Step 2. I built my identity first. Not just goals. Most people say, I want to be successful. But here's what I learned. Goals are weak without identity. So instead of saying, I want to be successful, I asked, who do I need to become to make success inevitable? And then I made a list of qualities. Disciplined, focused, consistent, courageous, resourceful. I started telling myself daily, I am someone who shows up even when it's hard. I am someone who keeps promises to myself. I am someone who moves through fear. And the crazy thing, the more I repeated it, the more it became true. Because your brain wants to align with who you believe you are. Step 3. I changed my inputs. You can't expect a positive, empowered mind if you're constantly feeding it junk. So I did a complete audit of my inputs. I unfollowed negative accounts. I stopped watching content that fueled comparison. I replaced mindless scrolling with reading. I started listening to empowering podcasts daily. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day made a massive impact. I filled my mind with ideas, stories, and voices that reflected who I wanted to become, not who I used to be. Because here's the truth. You become what you consume. Garbage in, garbage out. But growth in, greatness out. Step 4. I created a morning mind priming routine I used to start my day in total chaos. Checking messages, emails, to-do lists. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was reacting from the moment I woke up. Now, I start with what I call mind priming. It takes less than 30 minutes, and it changed my life. Here's what it looks like. Silence, breathing, calming the mind. Gratitude. Writing 3 things I appreciate right now. Vision. Visualizing myself already living the life I want. Affirmation. Speaking my identity and beliefs out loud. Movement. Light stretching or walking to activate the body. This routine primes my brain for confidence, clarity, and purpose before the world throws anything at me. Step 5. I took small, daily, courageous action. This might be the most important part. For years, I thought I needed to feel ready to take big steps. But success doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing, especially when it's uncomfortable. So I committed to this question every single morning. What's one action I can take today that aligns with my future self? Sometimes it was sending an email I'd been avoiding. Sometimes it was showing up on camera even when I felt awkward. Sometimes it was saying no when it would have been easier to say yes. Each small act of courage rewired my brain to associate action with progress, not fear. I stopped needing motivation. I started building momentum. Step 6. I practiced mental reps throughout the day. Rewiring isn't a one-and-done thing. It's about repeating the new pattern until it becomes your default. So throughout the day, I did mental reps. When I felt overwhelmed, this is temporary. I've handled more before. When I doubted myself, this feeling is not a fact. When I was tired, one small win is still a win. It's like going to the gym, but for your mindset. And over time, these mental reps became my new reflexes. Step 7. I tracked progress, not perfection. I didn't expect to be flawless. I expected to be better than yesterday. Every evening, I asked myself, what did I do well today? Where did I hesitate or shrink? What will I do differently tomorrow? This reflection kept me honest and accountable. No guilt, no shame, just data and growth. So what actually changed? After 90 days, I wasn't just thinking differently. I was acting differently. I had more energy, more clarity. I started creating faster, communicating more powerfully. My confidence wasn't fake. It was earned day by day. And most importantly, I stopped being my own enemy. I became my partner in progress. Final message, look, I'm not special. I didn't have some secret advantage. I just made a decision to take control of my mindset, and I backed it up with action. And if you're still watching this, then you're ready too. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start with awareness. Choose your identity. Feed your mind with truth. Act with courage. Repeat, your brain is not your enemy. It's your most powerful tool. And in 90 days, you can rewire it to support the life you actually want. The question is, will you? Your reset starts now.